Uchiha Qingkong, who had traveled to the ninja realm, was born with a relatively weak physique. He could only extract a very small number of chakras and could not attend ninja schools, let alone become a ninja. He could not change the world. After 20 years of being useless, he went through 2 ninja wars and finally reached his golden finger on the night of the birth of Fate's son in the Nine Tails Rebellion.Double entry door allow him to cross from the realm of ninja to the world of navigation. As soon as he arrived at Daughter Island, he fell into the bed of the Empress. Fortunately, he cleverly used his knowledge to intimidate the Pirate Empress, and thus made many transactions with the other party. Eating sea kings makes one's physique stronger, and also allows them to extract chakras that far exceed those of ordinary people, cultivate dominance, swallow demon fruits, learn ninjutsu, and activate Sharingan amidst the constant shuttling between 2 worlds. Uchiha Qingkong suddenly realized that he seemed invincible. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. After the Nine Tails Rebellion, he was extremely. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Wood leaves last for 50 years. This is a very special year. At least. For my village. For the 4th generation Hokage. Especially for the Uchiha clan. This is a quite special year. Because the Nine Tails Rebellion broke out. The most powerful 9 tails among the tailed beasts appeared in Kiba village, causing huge damage to the village, causing countless villagers to lose their loved ones. In addition, countless ninjas sacrificed their lives one after another to stop 9 tails. Among them. In the 3rd Ninja War, Bofeng Shuemen and his wife, who achieved great fame and became the 4th generation Hokage, bravely sacrificed themselves, leaving only one child named Naruto Vortex behind. And the Uchiha clan. Because during the outbreak of the Nine Tails Rebellion, the attempt to block the 9 tails together was blocked by Tuanzang, and in the end, they could only be ordered to carry out actions such as evacuating crowds. This also led to hindsight. After the incident, all the people in Kiba village, based on the Sharingan in the 9-tailed pupils, combined with the fact that the Uchiha clan did not provide assistance during the Nine-Tailed Rebellion, heavily slandered the Uchiha clan. This has also led to a sharp decline in the ratings of the Uchiha clan in the eyes of outsiders. Especially in my village, some villagers who lost their loved ones due to the uprising of the Nine Tails Rebellion are in charge of my security force within the Uchiha clan, and they do their work without showing any mercy and strictly enforce the law. Over the years, many villagers in my village have long harbored grievances. But now the two things add up. That's not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. The explosive bucket in the hearts of the villagers of my village was almost instantly detonated. It can be said that after the Nine Tails Rebellion, at least 80.9% of the villagers in my village have started to feel dissatisfied with the Uchiha clan, and even more than half of them hold resentment towards the Uchiha clan. From their perspective, all kinds of evidence indicate that the Uchiha clan was the mastermind behind this Nine Tails Rebellion. But there is no conclusive evidence to directly kill the Uchiha clan. This has infuriated the villagers of my village. In their view, the Uchiha clan is the mastermind behind the scenes. Does this still require decisive evidence? Of course not, because their subjective consciousness already believes that the Uchiha clan is the mastermind behind the scenes. Evidence is not important. The important matter is that the Uchiha clan is being judged. But the Uchiha clan, however, remained unscathed after the Nine Tails Rebellion. The senior management of Kiba did not punish the Uchiha clan for any mistakes. This makes their dissatisfaction with the Uchiha clan even more unknown in their hearts. Therefore, the Uchiha clan is now in my village, and it can be said that they have received a lot of cold looks. Even more so, there is even a Uchiha clan member on a street, and the whole street will instantly quiet down. Everyone's hostile gaze will directly come, followed by a group of people whispering something to the people next to them. Even if they don't listen, they know they are talking about the Uchiha clan. This is the current situation of the Uchiha clan in my village. And Yuzhibo Qingkong, who had just returned from buying groceries, suffered such treatment. I didn't expect the villagers' initial rejection in my village to be so. Yuzhibo Qingkong, whose face was somewhat pale, also let out a long sigh. He put down the empty basket in his hand and went to buy groceries, but no one wanted to sell them to him. This is the treatment of the Uchiha clan in my village at this moment. After the Nine Tails Rebellion. Without identifying the culprit. Everyone was holding a fire in their hearts. The Nine Tails Rebellion had only passed for a day or two, and Naruto Vortex was still under the protection of the monkey flying sun slash. The identity of Renjuli had not yet been exposed. So. Becoming a vent for the villagers of my village. Becoming a member of the Uchiha clan. This has led to the members of the Uchiha clan being treated with exclusion everywhere except on their own Uchiha clan territory. Even. Compared to the rejection that Naruto suffered, it was much more severe. After all, when a bomb just explodes, it is always the most powerful. And those who bear the brunt will also suffer the greatest harm. However. Fortunately, the Uchiha clan is strong enough. This also makes the villagers of my village only reject the Uchiha clan, rather than directly taking action. Dong dong dong. Just as I entered, there was a knock on the door. Yuzhibo Qingkong also furrowed his brow and opened the door. A ninja wearing the forehead protector of my village, who was also an uncle of the Yuzhibo clan, was carrying a basket of vegetables. After seeing him, the uncle also smiled at him. Qingkong, these are the vegetables and meat distributed by the family. The family will be responsible for the entire family's food for the next period of time. Don't go to the vegetable market for now. Wait for the clan leader to handle this matter and let us know. The words fell. I understand, Uncle Do. Yuzhibo Qingkong also responded. He was not surprised by such a result. His experience today actually happened a few days ago. Many members of the Uchiha clan have encountered such a situation, and the situation has become quite chaotic. If Uchiha Fuyue, as the clan leader, does not even handle such matters, then he, as the clan leader, does not need to sit down. Take the vegetables and meat by yourself, and I will also be delivering them to other families. If you have any needs, just follow Uncle Do's advice. Yuzhibo Do also handed over the vegetables and meat in his hand, and after reminding Yuzhibo Qingkong a few words, he also left. Looking at the trailer of vegetables being pulled by the other party, it can be seen that the workload of Yuzhibo Do is not small at all. After watching the other person leave, Yuzhibo Qingkong also let out a long sigh. Then he closed the door. Looking at this empty house, he couldn't help feeling a bit lonely in his heart. He is not an orphan. Just 3 years ago. During the Third Ninja War. His parents, as the upper ninja of Kiba village, also went to the battlefield, but unfortunately sacrificed themselves. So. He is the only one left in this family. He casually placed the vegetables on the table and then looked at a tattoo on the back of his hand that looked like a door, lost in thought. Can we go to another unknown world? The fetus has been worn for 20 years, and the material has also been discarded for 20 years. Finally, this golden finger has been credited after the birth of the son of fate. Just, some of them came too late. Yuzhibo's face was filled with endless melancholy. P.S. The new book set sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Sleeping Trough. I waited for 20 annuity fingers before. You are listening at novel-full.audio. That's right. He is not a person in the realm of ninja. Or rather, he is a traveler, the kind he wears on the tire. A blink of an eye. It has been 20 years since he came to this ninja world. Originally, he thought that after crossing over, he should not only fight against the 6 immortals, but also kick the god of ninja with his feet. But reality is cruel. His waiting golden finger never came. Moreover, he was born weak and sickly, and did not even have the opportunity to attend ninja school. As is well known, Chakra was born from a mixture of physical and mental energy. Among them, the body is the key. If the body cannot keep up and excessively extracts chakras, then this behavior can undoubtedly be said to be risking one's life. So even though he had not received the news of the arrival of the golden finger for a long time, and had basically given up his hope of having the golden finger, he still did not give up the idea of wanting to become stronger. He extracts chakras every day under the supervision of his parents. But, due to his weak body, he can only extract a small amount of chakra every day. It can be said that others can extract chakra for a day, which is equivalent to extracting chakra for 3 to 5 days. It's not that he doesn't want to refine more, but even if he dares to sacrifice his life, his parents in this lifetime will not agree. But even so, he still insists on refining a little chakra every day. I persisted for a full 20 years. Achievable results. But it's quite cruel. He persisted in refining the chakra for 20 years, but only managed to reach the passing line of moderate tolerance. Plus, due to his weak physique, he has chakra. But when it comes to the level of one's own strength, almost equivalent to the level of endurance of an elite. After all, the amount of chakra is not necessarily equal to strength, and there is no equal sign between the two. Even if an ordinary person and a boxing champion have the same physical fitness, even ordinary people cannot be opponents of a boxing champion. Because in terms of combat experience, it's not the same thing. Even with the same physical fitness, a boxing champion can achieve 1 to 2, 1 to 3, or even 1 to 5. However, this is all under normal circumstances. If under abnormal circumstances, he unleashes all his strength regardless of the consequences, and the combat power he can obtain in a short period of time is not just at the level of endurance of the elite, but this is not the point. The key point is that he had been pregnant for 20 years, but his golden finger came a little before the outbreak of the Nine Tails Rebellion a while ago. Afterwards, he analyzed it. Perhaps it should be the reason why Naruto Vortex, the son of fate, was born. This is a crucial node. It is precisely because of the arrival of this node. His golden finger, which was 20 years late, finally arrived. On the back of his right hand, a tattoo-like mark appeared, with the appearance of a door. And when he appeared with this golden finger, also received relevant information. He also knew what this golden finger was. Double door. It can allow him to travel to another world, allowing him to constantly travel back and forth between the two worlds. It has been some days since I obtained the double entry door. Yuzhibo Qingkong didn't rush to use these pairs of doors to go to another world. Because the information he received did not record what kind of world the other end of the double door was, he had to be well prepared. Otherwise, if he goes rashly, he cannot be sure where he will appear or what kind of danger he will encounter. He is considering this aspect. Of course, it is necessary to make sufficient preparations. 20 years. He also witnessed the occurrence and end of the 2 ninja wars. From a happy family to being alone today. He is not standing still. He is also growing. It's just the price of growth that makes him feel uncomfortable. In a few years, the Uchiha clan will also face the disaster of extinction. If there is no ability to change all of this, that's all. But now that I have the opportunity to change my destiny and have seized it, how could I sit idly by and wait for death? The expression in Yuzhibo's eyes was incredibly firm. There are not many opportunities in life to change one's destiny. He has already seized such an opportunity. How could he let this opportunity slip away from his own hands, and then sit in the Uchiha clan waiting for the beast Uchiha Itachi to take his life? Subsequently, he also started doing what he had to do every day. Refine chakra. This is something he has been persistently doing every day since he was 5 years old. From extracting chakras for 10 minutes a day without harming one's own body at the beginning, to extracting chakras for an hour a day now, this can be considered a significant progress. However, compared to the average person who can extract chakras for 3 to 4 hours a day, and those with a strong physique who can extract chakras for 6 to 8 hours, this 1 hour is more or less unbearable. 1 hour later, Yuzhibo Qingkong has also refined chakra. After the end, it seems like the time is around. He also got up to cook and started cooking. I had a simple feast. After organizing what needs to be organized. In the afternoon, he also walked out. He arrived at a ninja shop owned by the Uchiha clan themselves. As soon as you come in, Qingkong, you came just in time. I have prepared everything you need and it's all here. Seeing his arrival, the boss also smiled at him and said. He kept moving his hands and took out a long, large box to open. A tang knife. In addition, there are many detonating symbols. The weapon you customized really took a lot of effort from me to create it. It's all made of chakra metal and can have a good chakra flow effect. And these detonating symbols, why are you preparing such a large number of detonating symbols? The boss also asked Yuzhibo Qingkong about it as he spoke. The village hasn't been peaceful during this period, so I'm planning to go out for a walk and consider it as a trip. Yuzhibo Qingkong smiled and said. This is certainly his excuse. When using the double door, he will definitely disappear, and this world will not pause with his departure. Moreover, although he is exploring the situation of another world, he does not know how long he will go or how much time it will take. So, if he disappears from the family, at this critical moment, there may be some commotion caused by his disappearance. Not to mention his sudden return. Disappearance within the family. There is no record of leaving the village. As a result, after disappearing for such a long time, people still cannot be found. But suddenly came back. This will definitely arouse suspicion from others. At least. Now he doesn't want to be so eye-catching. Otherwise, when he uses a double door in the future, it will be even more troublesome. That's why. He only needs to use traveling out of the village as an excuse. Once out of the village, where do you go is your freedom, and what if you disappear? Even if someone from the dark or root organization takes notice of him and tracks him, they will only feel that his hiding methods are powerful. It's not as eye-catching as disappearing in the village. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. Double Door, Start. Third change. You are listening at novelfull.audio. His answer also made the boss agree. It has been too difficult for the Uchiha clan to stay in my village during this period of time. Not only did he suffer from the coldness of the villagers when he went out, but there were also various forms of rejection from the villagers. Not only did he buy groceries, but he also had to deal with clothing, entertainment, and other things, unless he came to the shop owned by his own Yuzhibo clan like Yuzhibo Qingkong now. Otherwise, one will inevitably face rejection to some extent. There are also things that are not excluded. But that situation is too rare. So it is indeed a good choice for us to avoid the limelight and leave the village for a period of time to travel. Wait until this incident subsides before coming back. This way, we won't feel uncomfortable in the village. However, based on his decades of experience, the conflict between the family and the village this time may not have been easily resolved. It's good to go out, but the Third Ninja World War has just ended and the aftermath has not yet subsided. This is happening in the village, and it's very likely that the flames of war will reignite. Therefore, it's best for you to post a mission to let the ninjas protect you, which is safer. The owner of the ninja shop also kindly reminded me. Within the Uchiha clan, the people of the tribe make up their minds. There are also about 1,100 people. This is still due to the outbreak of the Second and Third Ninja Wars. Many members of the Uchiha clan have gone to the battlefield, and hundreds of them have died on the battlefield. If these people have not sacrificed themselves, the members of the Uchiha clan, including the elderly and newly born, should be around 1,500 people. But if not, it is impossible to say that all over 1,000 people are fully recognized. However, more or less, most people will basically know each other. For example, his parents used to come here to buy ninja items, and he has also been there before, so he has known his boss for a long time and is relatively familiar with them. The boss also knew that his body was weaker than ordinary people, so he reminded him. Regarding this, Yuzhibo Qingkong nodded with a smile, but did not provide an accurate answer. This topic has been vague in the past. He's not really going on a trip. Publish tasks for protection. Isn't this purely about monitoring oneself? He would only do this if he was foolish. Afterwards, he also took out the money to settle the remaining balance with the boss. Then he left with this chakra metal Tang Dao and a large number of detonating symbols. The things that should be prepared are basically fully prepared. So the next day, Yuzhibo Qingkong is also ready to go. In addition to their own weapon, Tang Dao, there are also numerous detonating symbols. In addition, he also prepared a backpack of dry food and water, as he did not know what kind of place he would go to in another world, what kind of environment it would be, if the environment was poor and even food was difficult to obtain. The dry food and water he has prepared are the best helpers. Also, it's his Chakra knife. After bringing it home last night, he also thought about the name of this weapon. After thinking for a long time, at the beginning of the day, symbolizing his life that is about to change. Then, he also went to apply for a village exit certificate. Because of his identity as a member of the Uchiha clan. So, the staff maintained the same attitude as the villagers in the village. However, this kind of thing, in these few days, he has basically become accustomed to it. So he didn't take this matter to heart either. Although the other party's attitude towards him is not very good. But the other party's work efficiency is indeed quite high, and they quickly obtained their village clearance certificate. After obtaining the certificate of leaving the village, Yuzhibo Qingkong also went to handle the procedures for leaving the village. In the case of complete procedures, he quickly left the village. As an unknown person, he is an inconspicuous character within the Uchiha clan. He doesn't think anyone will have any desire for him. But the heart of harming others cannot be absent, and the heart of preventing others cannot be absent. Especially in the midst of this trend. Originally, the view of the Uchiha clan by the Kiba F4 inherits the thoughts of Chiba Kagami and is full of prejudice against them. Even the seemingly unbiased ape flying sun / towards the Uchiha clan is actually just an illusion displayed by the other party. If the other party really doesn't have any major biases, Then the other party will not ignore the escalating conflict between the village and the Uchiha clan. We will not acquiesce to such actions of the Uchiha clan's extermination. It is absolutely impossible to say that the monkey flying sun / knows nothing. The root organization is indeed under the control of Jitsuan Tuanzang, and the specific actions of the monkey flying sun / may not be very clear. It can only be said that with his understanding of Jitsuan Tuanzang for so many years, even without asking him, he can still guess to some extent what the root organization's daily actions are actually doing. But apart from the root organization, Jitsuan Tuanzang's control over my village is not as strong. And the control of the monkey flying sun / over the village of Kiba has the presence of hidden forces. In addition to Tuanzang's tendency to hide and do things in secret, there is also the operation of Orochimaru's ability to conduct human experiments without telling the truth. The monkey flying sun / could really be concealed. In addition, most of them are under the control of the monkey flying sun / And on the night of the extermination, Uchiha Sasuke was attending classes at the ninja school and was also delayed for a considerable amount of time. When Uchiha Sasuke returned home, it was already dark and the moon had risen. In this case, at least a few hours of classes were delayed. What is the ninja school? Not only ordinary people attend school there, but also qualified members of various families, big and small, attend school there. Delaying classes is not something that can be easily postponed. And it happened to be on the night of the extermination, which was even more problematic. Some low-status individuals do not have the right to delay classes. Those with higher status will not inexplicably delay classes. So the key to taking action on the night of extermination is that the ninja school has to delay classes, which is enough to show that this is an order issued by the senior management of Kiba, and it is basically impossible for this senior management of Kiba to be a member of the Shimura group. Because the ninja school can't just send 2 members of the root organization to disguise themselves as the dark side and issue orders. We still need approval from Huiying over there. I really think ninja school is a place where people can just mess around. So, that's why. The monkey flying sun / is just a good disguise on the surface. In fact, after cutting open the heart, the one who steps on the horse is black. Therefore, Yuzhibo Qingkong naturally needs to be more vigilant to prevent himself from being targeted by Tuanzang and others at any time. Fortunately, his parents taught him some techniques. Follow the main road. Because this road leads directly to my village, and many merchants or people who visit relatives and make a living come and go, even if someone is secretly tracking him, they will not take action in this situation. Afterwards, Yuzhibo Qingkong also stopped at a small shop where he stopped to rest midway. There are some carriages here, and for some money, people can take him to the next city, which will save him effort and make him more relaxed. The cost is not expensive, asking the other party to deliver it to you is only 800 taels. So he took out this sum of money without hesitation. Get on the carriage. That speed is much faster than his slow walking. Even if there is really a root organization in the dark, or if people from the dark follow him, at least he is certain that he can reach the next city before dark is enough. He is also worried that if he hasn't arrived at the next city before dark, on the road, if there really is someone, the likelihood of their danger is quite high. Li Huoqing. This is the closest city to my village. Approaching noon. Yuzhibo Qingkong also arrived in this city by carriage. Compared to the prosperity of this city is obviously not as good as However, this is also inevitable. After all, my village is the most important city in the Fire Country, which can be considered as the beginning of the Fire Country. Therefore, from the establishment of my village to the establishment of the Fire Country after its establishment, the investment in my village has been a lot, not to mention decades of investment. If other cities can easily catch up with my village, then it is really a ghost. Real gold and silver are not wasted. I won't mention it for now. Although Li Huoqing may not be as bustling, it is not small either. After arriving, Yuzhibo Qingkong also got off the carriage and entered Lihua City. He did not go to the hotel, but rather walking around the city of Lihua. I've been walking for a long time. He is also turning around in the alleys. Finally, at the corner of a small alley, I turned inside. Open. His mind was also connected to the double door mark on the back of his hand. At the same time, after silently reciting this in his heart, Yuzhibo Qingkong also felt the warmth emanating from the double door mark on the back of his hand. The next moment, he disappeared completely in place. And after more than 10 seconds had passed since he disappeared, a figure suddenly appeared in the alley where he had disappeared. This person is wearing a ninja-only vest and a mask on his face, but it is not a mask of any animal. As is well known, the members of the dark side of Hokage, the discerning agents of action, wear animal masks. Only the root organization established by Jitsuan Tuanzang wears more than just animal masks. This person. They are members of the root organization. Yuzhibo Qingkong couldn't even imagine that there were actually members of the root organization following behind him. If he knew, he would definitely be grateful that he had raised his vigilance. Otherwise, directly disappearing from the other person's gaze and leaving, if this news is uploaded, it may not attract more serious attention from Jitsuan Tuanzang. Of course, under the tracking of members of the root organization, I have successfully escaped the tracking of members of the root organization. Uploading this news will still attract the attention of Jitsuan Tuanzang, but it will be much better than disappearing under gaze. At most, the former only makes people feel that he has hidden some of his strength and methods, while the latter. This is a bit unbelievable. If it makes Jitsuan Tuanzang feel that he can do time and space ninjutsu like the Flying Thunder God technique, I'm afraid I might treat him as a major concern and wish I could get rid of him quickly. And the members of the root organization looked at this deserted alley. Where are people? His small head, big question mark. The person tracking is missing, so it's natural for him to make a good search. But no matter how he searches in the City of Fire, he is destined to not find the target he wants to track. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Directly traverse to the bed of the Pirate Empress. You are listening at novelfull.audio. One Piece World. A Great Voyage. Windless Zone. Daughter Island. Nine Snake City. The sleeping quarters of the current Emperor of Amazon Lily. On that big bed, a stunning figure was lying in bed resting. It should have been calm and nothing would have happened until Boya Hancock woke up. But if nothing unexpected happens, there will be an accident. A figure suddenly appeared above the big bed, and then a free fall occurred. It was not surprising that it hit Boya Hancock, causing the entire big bed to shake. This time, it also directly startled Boya Hancock out of his sleep. Who? Almost instantly, the awakened Hancock's aura reached their maximum. Glancing away. After seeing the green sky of Uchiha, the anger in my heart erupted like a volcanic eruption. A dirty man who dares to offend my concubine, go to hell. Hancock quickly stood up and lifted his leg to sweep across. Fragrant feet. This kick carries the ability of sweet fruits. Regardless of whether the other party has feelings of admiration for her, whether the target is a biological or non-biological, she will be petrified. And Yuzhibo Qingkong had already opened the Sharingan when he first arrived. That's right. He has already activated the Writing Will I. And it's also a pair of 3 hooked jade riding wheel eyes. This was during the Third Ninja War, when he learned of the news of his parents being killed in battle. He opened the Sharingan, like Uchiha leading the earth, and directly opened it to the Sharingan of the second Goju. But when his parents' bodies were transported back and he saw that there were no eyes on the body, his second Goju Sharingan also advanced to third Goju Sharingan. His parents are ninjas, not particularly strong in terms of strength, but they are also ninjas who have opened the eyes of the second Goju Sharingan. Dead in action. Both parents died in action. And someone even dug out their eyes. If this combination of reasons is considered an accident, purely a coincidence, he would never believe it. He is the first. It's just a suspicion of Jitsuan Tuanzang. If anyone is most interested in the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan, then during that period, it was only possible that it was held by the Shimura group. So he opened the wheel eyes of Sangoyu. It was also at the moment when the other party took action that he caught him clearly. He suddenly erupted with Thunder Chakra to stimulate his body cells, instantly strengthening his weak body and narrowly avoiding the deadly kick from the opponent. After avoiding. Wait. Yuzhibo Qingkong also quickly shouted at Hancock. But his shouting didn't seem to work in front of Hancock. After seeing the other party dodge his attack, Hancock's anger took it to the next level and swept over with one foot. Tianlong people. He quickly shouted out. Although it was only a brief encounter, taking advantage of this moment, his 3-hook jade Sharingan had already captured the opponent's appearance and clothing characteristics. Qipao. Snake-shaped golden earrings. And the appearance that almost stunned him in this life and death crisis. Almost in 1 second. After combining the above characteristics, he immediately guessed the other person's identity, only missing a definite chance. But the opponent's attack is within reach. He exploded with astonishing speed in an instant. But this is only a temporary burst of power. His chakras are not many, so he can reach the level of medium endurance. The cost of the 3 Goju Sharingan is also not small. Although he is different from Chimu Kakashi, his Sharingan is original, and even if the cost is high, it is enough to support him to use other ninjutsus while starting a Sharingan battle for a few minutes. Of course. It's really just a few minutes. Because he is relatively weak in health. If we compare him with the tuberculosis ghost Moonlight Gale, he is only slightly better than the other party. So he certainly cannot engage in too much entanglement with Hancock. Even if he uses all his means, at most he only unleashes the power of the elite ninja. The other party is the Pirate Empress, Boya Hancock, one of the 7 martial seas under the king. Relying on the super insight of the Sharingan and using the Thunder Chakra to stimulate cells and activate the body, in order to improve one's movement speed and avoid a hasty attack from the opponent is already quite good. The second move. He doesn't think he has much confidence in avoiding it. But if you can't avoid it, his little life is probably gone. So when he had almost guessed the other person's identity, he quickly shouted out these 3 words. Schwa. Hancock's kick also abruptly stopped. Just a few centimeters away, this kick was about to hit Yuzhibo Qingkong, which made him feel fortunate. Who are you? Why shout these words in front of my concubine? Hancock withdrew his feet and looked coldly at Yuzhibo Qingkong, asking coldly. You are the current emperor of Amazon Lily, the captain of the 9 snake pirates, and the pirate empress of one of the 7 martial seas, Boya Hancock, right? Yuzhibo Qingkong bit his tongue, and the intense pain made him break free from the temptation of the other person's charm. Then he opened his mouth to ask the other person. He just wants to confirm the other person's identity. Does this still require my body to answer? You just need to answer my question first. Hancock glanced at Yuzhibo Qingkong and said. For the other party's question, she didn't want to answer. She wanted to know why the other party suddenly called out the 3 words, Tianlongren. Can it be said that the other party knew about her past? If so, her heart also took the killing intent towards Uchiha Qingkong to the next level. Originally, being offended by a man and not killing him makes it difficult for her to calm her anger. But now, the man in front of him may even know her past. So, the other party is even more damn. However, Yuzhibo Qingkong is not clear about what the other person is thinking. But he could also guess to some extent that the other party was eager to get rid of him. After all, they had clearly confirmed the other party's identity, so the experience of being a slave was a painful experience that Hancock did not want to recall. There are many people who know the secrets, but they are all people who are grateful to Hancock. He is an outsider. Under the premise of knowing the other party's secret, if the other party wants to say they don't want to kill and silence, there are some things that cannot be justified. Descendants of the Six Immortals. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. I want to use the head of the Heavenly Dragon Man and the Empress to make. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Descendant of the Six Immortals, Yuzhibo Qingkong, has seen the Pirate Empress. He also respectfully said to Hancock. At this moment, his brain is running at lightning speed, thinking about how to get along well with the other person. After all, if you can't come up with a solution, he can only escape Hancock's pursuit by going back to the ninja realm through the double door. But double entry doors have no usage frequency or cooling time. In theory, he can use the double door infinitely. But there is a premise. He needs to have enough physical strength to do it. Yes. The use of double entry doors requires physical exertion. He crossed from the ninja realm to the island of his daughter, and he could feel a fresh sensation that his stamina had been depleted by almost half in an instant, so if he were really forced to go back. If someone is following him in the ninja realm, then the situation will be quite bad. So he certainly wants to try to establish a friendly relationship with Hancock. Only in this way. He wouldn't want to gamble on whether someone is following him in the ninja realm. Six Immortals. Hancock has some doubts and confusion. In this world, there are no legends of the Six Immortals, so she wondered what these Six Immortals were. In words you can understand, it can be said that it is almost a descendant of God. Only then did Yuzhibo Qingkong's words fall. The next moment, a shock erupted directly from Hancock. This is domineering and domineering. Of course. Along with the outbreak of this domineering and domineering aura, there was also a killing intent against him. This killing intent can be said to be undisguised, and was clearly perceived by Yuzhibo Qingkong, with sweat and hair all over his body standing up. You are a Tianlong person. Hancock said coldly in his mouth. Just listen. Yuzhibo Qingkong also understood why the opponent suddenly burst out with a domineering aura and released such a killing intent. Oh no, I'm dancing in a minefield. Originally, he is preparing to use his identity as a descendant of the Six Immortals to create a background, pretending to be a tiger and imposing, in order to make the other party feel wary of him. In this way, he does not have to be immediately chased back to the ninja world by Hancock. But now it seems. If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have pulled the Six Immortals out to argue. I won't say what kind of divine offspring I am. Stepping on a horse, it's really an old horse that stumbled. However, he is a weak chicken, and now he can only find a way to calm the other party's anger. Otherwise, he would really have to be kicked back. Misunderstanding, I'm not a heavenly dragon person, you misunderstood. Yuzhibo Qingkong quickly waved his hand to explain. If this causes the other party to misunderstand, he is afraid that he will not lose the opportunity to defend directly. What did you mean by what you said earlier? Upon hearing this, Hancock's killing intent also faded by 2 or 3 points, but she still had some doubts about the descendants of the gods mentioned by the other party. Literal meaning. I am indeed a descendant of God, but I am different from the group of miscellaneous people who claim to be descendants of God. Yuzhibo Qingkong said. Different. What can be different about you? After a glance, Hancock sneered. At least until she turned into a romantic brain, her personality had always been very bad. So under the premise that Uchiha Qingkong is still a man, she herself has a strong aversion to men. This makes it even more impossible for her to give the other person a good face. When my ancestors, the 6 immortals, continued their descendants, they inherited the immortal body and the immortal eye respectively. The descendants of these 2 descendants became 2 families, one was the thousand-handed clan that inherited the immortal body, and the other was the Uchiha clan that inherited the immortal eye. And I am from the Uchiha clan. My pair of riding will eyes is the best proof. Yuzhibo Qingkong saw that the other party had not yet taken action against him, but was preparing to listen to his explanation. This also relieved his heart and he began to explain to Hancock. Your eyes are not the power of the devil's fruit. Hancock carefully looked into the eyes of Uchiha Qingkong, thinking that the supernatural power of the other person's eyes was due to the demon fruit's ability to act on them in the Superman series. I didn't expect it to be. But what does this have to do with my concubine? If you just want to show off your identity, then it's better not to waste your breath in front of my concubine. You have already offended my concubine, so your crime is unforgivable and you will undoubtedly die. As a concubine, I will be magnanimous and give you a chance to say your last words. If you have any last words, just say them quickly. Hancock said coldly. After listening to the other person, she also lost interest. What descendants of immortals? What riding will eyes? She has no interest at all. Anyway, her patience has reached its limit. So, that's why. Her killing intent has risen again, ready to take down the assassin. Upon hearing this, Yuzhibo Qingkong expresses speechlessness. He just said a few words, doesn't he have the patience to listen anymore? He is really helpless. Maybe hindered by the current situation. So he can only try his best to reduce what he wants to say to a few sentences. I want to make a deal with you, using the head of the Tianlong people. May I know if the Empress is interested? After pondering for a few seconds, Yuzhibo Qingkong also spoke out his purpose towards Hancock. Upon hearing this, Hancock's pupils also suddenly shrank, and she was surprised by the other person's words. Opening your mouth is trading with the head of the Tianlong people. In this world, there are even so bold people. Are you looking for death? After thinking for a moment, Hancock asked. Why do you say that? Yuzhibo Qingkong also spoke in confusion and asked. For what Hancock said, he could be said to be completely puzzled. I'll talk to you about the deal. Are you so good that you feel like I'm trying to die? This really fills his mind with question marks. Don't you know the cost of attacking the Tianlong people? Even if it's just a threat to the Tianlong people, there will be generals to solve the threat, let alone kill them. If you really want to kill the Tianlong people, with your strength, you will undoubtedly die. Aren't you looking for death? Hancock's tone also slowed down a bit, perhaps because of Yuzhibo Qingkong's attitude towards the Tianlong people and his desire to kill them, which made her more patient with Yuzhibo Qingkong. That's why she slowly explained. Upon hearing this, Yuzhibo Qingkong also understood. In the world of pirates, the heavenly dragon people are absolute beings. If targeting the Tianlong people, that price is definitely the cost of the demon-slaying order washing the ground, and the general's action will be to defeat the bones and raise the ashes. And the strength he has shown so far is really limited. So the other party will feel that they are seeking their own death. After understanding it, Yuzhibo Qingkong also smiled and continued to speak to Hancock. Of course not, why do I want to die when I'm so young? I just want to make a deal with you. As for the cost of offending the Tianlong people. Of course I know, but no one says that killing the Tianlong people will definitely lead to death. His tone is very confident. There is really nothing to fear for him to offend the Tianlong people. If he can get what he wants, not to mention one Tianlong person, he will kill 10 or 100 Tianlong people to show Hancock. Besides, if you really attract enemies that you cannot defeat, you can simply double pass through the door, activate, just run back to the ninja world for shelter. The power of world governments is very strong. But no matter how powerful, it is at most just in this world. Is it possible for the other party to cross over and come to the ninja realm like him to kill him? So he really has nothing to fear the consequences of offending the Tianlong people. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Making a Deal with the Empress. 6th Change. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just listen. Hancock was also stunned. You should know. The cost of offending the Tianlong people is quite high, let alone killing them. The world government will definitely mobilize all forces to eliminate the culprits of such wrongdoing. So if such behavior is really done, it can be said to be 10 deaths without life. But she didn't expect the other party to be so confident in their words even though they knew. This made her heart tremble. She remained silent for a long time. Do you really have a chance of killing the Tianlong people? It is undeniable that she was really tempted, otherwise she wouldn't have asked such a question. I'm not a crazy person looking for death. Yuzhibo Qingkong said a sentence. I answered Hancock's inquiry very clearly. Not a crazy person seeking death. If you dare to take action against the Tianlong people, then you have full confidence, or absolute confidence, that the means can survive after killing the Tianlong people. So he spoke so recklessly that he wanted to use the head of the Tianlong people to make a deal with her. What do you want? The person Hancock was looking at also became more serious. At least now, in her opinion, the other party is a qualified person to discuss cooperation with her. Before trading, I would like to ask how old is this year? Yuzhibo asked Qingkong. When this statement reached Hancock's ears, it could be said that he was very puzzled. How many years? How many years have you been isolated from the world before you can even forget time? However, October 23, 1519 in the Haiyuan calendar. Hancock still told the other party. Upon hearing this, Yuzhibo Qingkong's eyes also suddenly shrank. This time is not far from the time when Luffy sets sail. May 5, 1520, is the day when Luffy sets sail. It will arrive in just over 5 months. So because Luffy's departure from the sea means that the outbreak of the Top War is also within this year. Once it breaks out, the world's landscape will immediately undergo significant changes. Therefore, when is the time in the world of pirates now known? He immediately knew that the thing he wanted was still intact. However, he must first get what he needs in his hands. Otherwise, once the Top War breaks out, it will be even more troublesome. I want something, but I need your help to get it, so that's the deal between us. You help me get this thing, and I'll help you kill a Tianlong man. Yuzhibo Qingkong stared seriously at Hancock and said. The other party's bold words also made Hancock's pupils shrink. The other party is really rampant and wants to trade with the head of a heavenly dragon man. Suddenly. Hancock suddenly regained his senses. Do you know? The transaction mentioned by the other party made her tempted, but there were also people who used the lives of the Tianlong people to make transactions. Normally, transactions were conducted using money, gold, jewelry, and the like. The principle of trading with the head of the Tianlong people is not applicable. So this made Han Cook, who had come to his senses, realize a little. The other party is likely to know their past, so they suggested using the name of the Tianlong person for the transaction. I know. But this doesn't hinder our transaction, does it? Yuzhibo Qingkong stated that he is an honest person and decisively admitted it. Of course. When he saw the other person's skeptical attitude, he knew that even if he lied to the other person saying he didn't know, the probability of the other person believing was extremely low. After all, that's all it said. So, that's why. Rather than deceiving others and leaving a bad impression on them, it's better to be honest. There is not a saying that goes like this: sincerity is the ultimate skill. 20 years. Plus past life experiences. Even an idiot should be much smarter. Moreover, his intelligence and emotional intelligence are not low. Just listen. Hancock also fell silent. For someone who knows her past, theoretically, she should directly kill the other person to prevent her secret from being leaked. But the transaction proposed by the other party really moved her heart. This inevitably puts her in a dilemma. See the situation. Yuzhibo Qingkong also saw the entanglement in Boya Hancock's heart at this moment, and he did not speak. He just looked at the other person quietly, waiting for them to give him a clear reply. After a long time. What do you want? Hancock finally spoke after pondering for a long time. What she said. It already indicates that she is willing to trade with Yuzhibo Qingkong. A demonic fruit. Yuzhibo Qingkong said. If it's just a demon fruit, it's not difficult. My body can get you a demon. You're mistaken. What I mean is, the demon fruit I need is in one place, but it's a bit difficult for me to get it with my strength, so I need your help. Upon hearing this, Hancock immediately stated that the difficulty of obtaining a demonic fruit was not high. If it were just a demonic fruit, it could be exchanged for the head of a heavenly dragon person. Even if she were to smash the pot and sell iron, she would get 10 or 8 for Uchiha Qingkong. But her words were quickly interrupted by Yuzhibo Qingkong. If it's just any demon fruit, it won't be of much use to him. Since you're here. With his ability to understand the plot, he certainly needs to get himself a good demonic fruit. Not to mention, devil fruit still has its weaknesses. So how could he casually ask for a demonic fruit to enhance his own strength and add another weakness to himself? Isn't that foolish enough? Where is it? Since she had already decided to make this transaction with the other party, Hancock naturally couldn't get entangled in this small matter. She directly asked Yuzhibo Qingkong about it. Punk has sad, now known as the banker penalty area. The things are currently in Caesar's hands, and Caesar is currently collaborating with Tanyeka, one of the 7 martial sees under the king, and Dofranmingo, so he is considered a partner of Tanyeka. Yuzhibo Qingkong said. No wonder you want to collaborate with my concubine. Hancock suddenly realized. Even if a king's 7 martial sees are weak, their strength is still impressive. Not to mention, the strength of Tanyeka is not inferior in the 7 martial arts sea. So when dealing with a 7 martial seas, the difficulty of this transaction naturally increases. Not to mention that she just tested the opponent's strength. With the strength of Yuzhibo Qingkong, if you want to snatch something from a king named 7 martial seas, it may not be just a fantasy. Are you regretting trading with me? Yuzhibo Qingkong smiled and said. I never took back what I said, and this transaction was finally settled. Tomorrow, I will go out to sea to help you snatch that demon fruit. Hancock said seriously. Offending as 7 martial seas. Regarding this, Hancock doesn't care at all. She is the Pirate Empress, and if she offends a mere 7 martial seas, she will offend. What is there to care about? Compared to this. Does she care more about Yuzhibo Qingkong really going to kill the Tianlong people? I will help you snatch what you want, but if you dare to play with me, no matter where you escape to the sea, I will definitely kill you. Hancock stared coldly at Yuzhibo Qingkong and warned. I'm not the kind of person who crosses rivers and bridges. If you help me get that demon fruit, I will definitely kill a heavenly dragon man for you to see. Yuzhibo Qingkong gave a serious response. As long as he can obtain that demonic fruit, he has a great deal of confidence in changing his weakened body. Because the devil's fruit he wants. But in this world, the only artificial demon fruit successfully replicated and produced by Bergapunk. Animal fish fruit, phantom animal species, green dragon fruit. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. The first male to board the 9 snake pirates. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Artificial devil fruit. This is the research result of Bergapunk. It's just a pity. The fruit produced here is different in color from the green dragon fruit of Kaido, so Bergapunk publicly claims that it is a failed product. Actually, the shape of this fish fruit, Eudemon species and green dragon is just different in color, and other green dragon fruits are the same as those of Kaido. But this demonic fruit was eaten by Tazizu, the little brat. But it's okay. Just now he asked Hancock about the time. This artificial demon fruit is still intact in the banker penalty area at this moment. This undoubtedly gave him a sigh of relief. Devil fruit. This is the only thing he has come up with that can transform his physical fitness from weakness to strength. Not to mention that it's a green dragon fruit. In addition to possessing abilities such as flames, lightning, wind, etc. There is also a physical improvement far beyond that of ordinary animal species and ancient animal species. In his opinion, as long as he eats the green dragon fruit replicated by Bergapunk, it can be said to be 100 benefits but only 1 harm to him. Fear of sea tower stones. This is indeed a very obvious drawback. But now he can't think of any quick way to become stronger. Slowly exercising your physique in the world of pirates. Wait until your stamina recovers, and then practice chakra and stamina in parallel. And then go back to the ninja world to do the high level flipping in my village. This is simply overthinking. Firstly, he is not sure about the ratio of flow velocity between the ninja world and the pirate world, but even if it is a 1.1 flow velocity. 1 year later, the pirate world will be at the top of the war. In 2 years, Luffy will be the 5th emperor. Then I'm afraid that in a few months, under the halo of Luffy's protagonist, the world government will just wipe it out. The occurrence of these things. It will make the world turbulent. Similarly, if he is in this world, unless he goes to a remote and impoverished place, such as an empty island, or lands on the moon with Ainalu. Otherwise, he is likely to be caught up in it. Because he was already involved in the transaction with Hancock at the beginning. Inevitable. So he doesn't have calm time to slowly improve himself. 8 years of annihilation in the ninja world. The world of pirates is about to change in just over 3 years. In this situation, apart from taking shortcuts and choosing a powerful demon fruit to improve his weak physique and talent, what else can he do to gain strong strength in a short period of time? So, that's why. He did not go wrong in this step. Trading a weakness for a rapid improvement in one's own strength is not a loss. Afterwards, Hancock reached a deal with him. Also, let her sister arrange accommodation for him. Of course. The sudden appearance of a man on Daughter's Island, still in the palace, and having his sister arrange a residence for him undoubtedly shocked Sandasonia and Marigorod. But Hancock did not explain to them. Although they were puzzled, they didn't ask much. After all, are they still not sure about their sister's personality? If I had to explain to them, I would have explained it a long time ago, instead of just being silent with a single admonition. However, for the man Yuzhibo Qingkong, they have no interest in learning more. So they also asked the maid to arrange a room for Yuzhibo Qingkong, and told him that if he needed food, he could tell the maid. After that, the two of them left. There is no intention of using As from Yuzhibo Qingkong. Lying in bed, Yuzhibo Qingkong's tense nerves also relaxed. For him, he has only been in this pirate world for less than an hour. Within this hour, he almost died in the hands of the Pirate Empress, Boya Hancock, but fortunately, the matter was finally resolved by him. Tomorrow, he followed the 9 serpent pirates to the Banker Forbidden area in the New World and obtained the artificial demon fruit. This trip is worth it. Time flies by. In the blink of an eye. The next day arrived. A night's sleep is just right for Yuzhibo Qingkong to recover the stamina and chakra he expended using the double door yesterday. And Hancock's side is also prepared. After a maid came to inform him of his departure, he also followed in her footsteps and saw Hancock again. Snake Lady, why did a man come into Daughter Island? Just let a man in, what else are you going to do with him? Bang! Before I could finish asking Hancock what my mother.in.law was saying, I got a kick from Hancock and was kicked out. What do you want me to do? It's not your turn to point and point. Hancock's personality remains as bad as ever. But the residents of the Daughter Island around them were cheering and cheering, as if this kind of thing had long been commonplace in their eyes. However, this kind of thing seems to have really become commonplace on Daughter Island. Rear. Watching this scene, Uchiha Qingkong also twitched his lips in silence. Fortunately, my mother.in.law is not an ordinary person. If it were an ordinary elderly person, Hancock's kick could definitely kick the other person to death. Regarding this, he just remained silent in response. In this situation, as an outsider, he naturally does not have the right to intervene in the affairs of the Daughter Island, so he can only choose to remain silent. Not long after, he also boarded the perfume snake cruise of the 9 snake pirates. Setting off. Depart towards the direction of the Shampoo Islands. However, although Hancock did not have any contact with him after he boarded the ship, he still arranged for someone to prepare a room for him and brought him corresponding food. Is this the food in the world of pirates? Is it a sea king? I need to taste it well. In the room, Yuzhibo Qingkong also smelled the aroma emanating from the large plate of grilled meat in front of him, and then eagerly tasted the delicious taste of this plate of grilled meat. One entrance. The taste is extremely beautiful. The taste and chewiness of the meat are really amazing. When he tasted it for the first time, he even felt that the beef couldn't compare to the grilled meat in front of him. This also made him indulge in it. In no time, he eliminated 1/3 of the large plate of grilled meat. Suddenly, Yuzhibo Qingkong, who was eating wildly, also paused for a moment, his expression changing dramatically. This. P.S. The new book set sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. The Shock of Seeking Food. You are listening at novel full.audio. This feeling is. Uchiha's eyes were full of disbelief. How could this Sea King type of meat be digested so quickly, and the energy after digestion actually nourishes my cells to a small extent, making them more vibrant. He who cultivates chakra can be said to easily perceive changes in his own body. The grilled meat he eats is digested in a short period of time, and the energy of the digested food quickly nourishes his body's cells, although this nourishment has only slightly improved his body. But he still had a clear perception. This is just a bit of Sea King barbecue. Not even a meal has arrived yet. If he eats Sea King meat every day to nourish his weak body, it can be as little as a few months or as much as 6 months, and his body will recover to a normal human body state without any problem. Even if he continues to eat, his body will be many times stronger than ordinary people. No wonder the strong physique of each pirate is haunted by the fact that they can easily fight for hours, days, and nights. The willingness lies in the fact that the meat of animals such as the Sea Kings in this world is so nutritious that their bodies can absorb all the nutrients from this meat. Not to mention that the nutrition is excessive, so if their physique is not strong, they will be haunted. Yuzhibo Qingkong also made a roast. If he had been able to eat such nutritious food when he was in the ninja world, he would now be at least an elite ninja, even at the shadow level. As for Chakra, he is just tolerable to the point of enduring. I can only say. His golden finger TMD came too late this dog day. Otherwise, how could his parents in this lifetime regarding this? He could only sigh. He can't reverse this kind of thing at all, and now everything can only move forward. He continued to focus on cooking. Knowing that the grilled meat made from Sea King meat has such an effect, he had to eat more to improve his weak body. So he ate 3 large plates of grilled meat. Hardly fed him until he was full. But it's all worth it. The food that is constantly being digested in his stomach nourishes his cells, allowing his weak body to gradually recover and gradually approach a normal person. After meals, he just walked out of the room. He asked the people on board the 9 snake pirates to inform Hankook that he wanted to talk to Hankook about something. Not long after, he received a response. Hancock is willing to meet him. Then he met Hancock again. Are you looking for a concubine? Hancock looked at him calmly and said. Although she has already collaborated with Yuzhibo Qingkong, it does not mean that she will have a closer relationship with the other party. Hancock is not that kind of person. Unless Yuzhibo Qingkong really killed a Tianlong person, and after that, she may have changed her mind. What you say is beautiful is never as good as what you do. I am very interested in the dominance of seeing, hearing, and armed colors. Your seeing, hearing, and armed colors should be very strong, so I want you to teach me how to be domineering. Yuzhibo Qingkong also said to Hancock. Since he has arrived in this world of pirates, how could his gaze only be on the devil's fruit? Of course, he also targeted the dominance of this world. In the realm of ninja. As a ninja, 99% of them are mostly crispy skin. If we compare the health and defense of ninjas in the ninja world with those in the pirate world, the ninjas in the ninja world have a health and defense of about 100, while the strong ones in the pirate world have a health and defense of at least 10,000. It's not that he exaggerates. But the strong physique of the pirate world is truly incredibly powerful. In addition, there is also the power of armed color dominance, which greatly enhances one's own defense and attack power. If he could learn to be domineering and go back, then he is equivalent to having an additional means of protecting himself. Seeing and hearing the powerful aura of catching enemies greatly reduces the probability of being ambushed by enemies. An armed color dominance allows him to have stronger defense when fighting against enemies. What about suffering nothing, or some C.level or B.level ninjutsu? As long as he learns the essence of armed color dominance, these ninjutsus may not even be able to break through his defense. So it is absolutely false to say that one does not want to learn to be domineering. And here we have to talk about the most domineering person. That should be the Pirate Empress, Boya Hancock. So, Yuzhibo Qingkong came directly to the other party, hoping that they would teach him to be domineering. Are you treating me like a concubine and seeing me as your servant? Get out of here. Hancock's face turned black and he angrily spoke to Yuzhibo Qingkong. I only made a deal with the other party once, and even suggested that she teach them to be domineering. I really think Hancock is the other party's nanny and servant. Don't be so anxious. I'm not going to prostitute you for free, I will also give you a corresponding reward. I believe you will be very satisfied with this reward. Yuzhibo Qingkong said. If possible, of course he wants to keep going for free with the other party. But this is not realistic. I won't say anything else. The first transaction between him and Hancock has not been completed yet. If we raise the price with the head of the Heavenly Dragon Man, Hancock may not even be able to kill him. So, that's why. He also considered this point, and when he came back, he had already figured out what he was planning to use to trade with Hancock. The things he brought out must satisfy the other party, so that Hancock could teach him to be domineering. My body is the ruler of a country. Do you think there is anything that my body is interested in? Hancock said disdainfully. If it weren't for the fact that the other party had started trading with the head of the Tianlong person yesterday, she would have already taken action to kill this madman who offended her yesterday. Coincidentally, there really is something. Yuzhibo Qingkong smiled and continued speaking. Chakra extraction method. P.S. The new book set sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Trading Dominance with Chakra Refining Technique. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chakra Extraction Method. I paid the price of using the Chakra Extraction Method, and you taught me to experience and arm the color dominance. Yuzhibo Qingkong looked at Hancock seriously and said. This is also the only chip he can bring out now. Other things. It's okay not to say. As the other party said. Is it true that the other party, as the ruler of a country, cannot obtain those things? But. Chakra extraction method. It is the only thing that the other party cannot have. After all, this is something that only exists in another world. Chakra extraction method. Hancock looked at Yuzhibo Qingkong with a puzzled expression in his eyes. Because she had never heard of the power of chakras. Chakra is an energy extracted from mental and physical abilities. People who possess chakra can use corresponding ninjutsu based on their own attributes, such as this. As he spoke, Yuzhibo Qingkong also lifted his head, and lightning flashed in his palm. Although his weak body could not allow him to practice for a long time, over time, he had become quite proficient in playing with his 2 chakra attributes of thunder and fire. The display is complete. He also continued to speak. In addition, chakras can also enhance their own strength through usage. Some people also use Raiden chakras to stimulate body cells and greatly improve their own speed in a short period of time. When I first saw you, I suddenly accelerated and dodged your attack, using Raiden chakras to stimulate body cells to obtain faster speed. I think these effects alone should be enough to interest you. Yuzhibo Qingkong was also quietly watching the other party, waiting for their reply to him. Chakra and domineering are not in conflict. There can even be situations where 1 + 1 is greater than 2. If the other person is not stupid, then you wouldn't reject your proposal. As expected. I can have my sister teach you to be domineering. Hancock said. She agreed. But I don't really want to teach Uchiha Qingkong on my own, obviously I still have resistance to men. But if you don't want to, Empress, then let's just pretend that I didn't say anything about this transaction. Yuzhibo Qingkong shook his head and then prepared to turn around and leave. And when I walked to the door to open it and leave, he suddenly stopped. By the way, I forgot to mention that chakra actually has medical effects. Some powerful medical ninjutsus have amazing effects on beauty, whitening, and even scar removal. After the words fell, he is ready to open the door. Suddenly. Wait a minute. Hancock stopped him. Upon hearing this, although Yuzhibo Qingkong's expression remained unchanged, his face remained calm, but his heart was already filled with laughter. He deliberately said it to Hancock. Hancock, who used to be a slave of the Tianlong people, bears the mark of the Tianxiang dragon's hooves on his back, which symbolizes the slave. In this world, there are almost few methods that can remove imprints. But for those who directly imprint it with 3 portions of meat, 99% of people are powerless. Don't the 3 sisters of the Empress want to remove the marks on their backs? Impossible. Because if a person with a mark on their back accidentally exposes the mark, it will immediately reveal their past as slaves of the heavenly dragon people, so they wish they could remove the hoof mark of the heavenly flying dragon. There's no way. Unless, like the Sun Pirates, the old mark is covered with a new one. But that doesn't make sense. But the medical ninjutsu mentioned by Yuzhibo Qingkong has the effect of scar removal, and this one effect is enough to make Hancock tempted. Not to mention, it can also enhance one's own strength. So this stopped Yuzhibo Qingkong from shouting. Can the medical ninjutsu you mentioned remove the deeply imprinted marks? Hancock looked at Yuzhibo Qingkong eagerly and asked. It shouldn't be a problem, it's just that this level of branding requires medical ninjas with a high level of medical ninjutsu skills to achieve it. Yuzhibo Qingkong said. This is not his nonsense, but the medical ninjutsu is so advanced that it can really achieve scar removal. After all, Gangsho was cut in half. What was the result? After being connected intact, there were no scars left on TMD. It's a bit absurd to say that we can't solve the imprint of a soaring dragon's hoof. Just to reach that level, it will take an unknown amount of time to start from refining chakras and then learn yin sealing. Of course. Yuzhibo Qingkong felt that this was unnecessary. It's just a mark on the hooves of a soaring dragon, do you still need to learn yin seal? A complete cactus technique is enough to solve it. Just remove the imprint of the heavenly dragon's hoof and use the cactus technique to activate all the cells around the wound, which only takes a few minutes to recover. However, even if it's just a cactus technique, it still takes a lot of time to master. After all, it's an A-level medical ninjutsu. Under the guidance of Tsunade, it takes several years for Haruno Sakura to learn. Not to mention how he could find someone to teach Hancock in this world. So Hancock can only self-study, and it may take several years to learn. However, this is not important to him at all. Anyway, as long as the other party is willing to agree. I agree with your suggestion, and I can personally teach you. Hancock agreed with excitement. If it is possible to remove the heavenly flying dragon's hoof mark and personally teach the opponent to be domineering, it is not impossible. Trading is possible, but I also have a requirement that you can only learn chakra refining on your own and not teach it to anyone. After thinking for a moment, Yuzhibo Qingkong put forward his own request. Man, don't take any advantage of it. Hancock said coldly. If you don't agree, you can refuse. Yuzhibo Qingkong smiled and said. Do you, this man, think you're ready to eat your own flesh? Hancock looked at Yuzhibo Qingkong with some disgust, took a deep breath, calmed down his emotions, and continued, 3 people, besides my body, my 2 sisters also need to learn chakra refining, so that I can agree to your request. Otherwise, my body will not agree to this transaction. Her voice fell behind. Yuzhibo Qingkong also frowned slightly, but less than a second later, his voice rang out in this room. Okay, I agree. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Extracting the Pirate Empress of Chakra. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, I agree. I will take you to teach me how to be aggressive. I will teach you chakra refining, the 3 sisters of Poya, as the transaction content. In addition, you can't teach chakra refining to anyone. Yuzhibo Qingkong also readily agreed. The reason why he made this request was because he did not want the chakra extraction technique to be widely circulated. If there is no restriction on the other party, it is uncertain that all people on Daughter Island will start learning chakra refining. If anyone on Daughter Island who knows chakra refining goes out and is captured, they will be interrogated to learn chakra refining, which will spread the art, causing the chakra refining technique to spread like a domineering aura across the entire sea. So, isn't this TMD adding difficulty to him? So he doesn't want the chakra extraction technique to spread quickly, otherwise if the enemy TMD he encounters in the future becomes stronger and more difficult to deal with because of the chakra extraction technique he has spread, then he must cry to death. This kind of behavior of purely brainwashed enemies is unacceptable. That's why he's prepared to defend himself. In case such a thing happens to him, I'll teach you chakra refining first. Compared to its imposing difficulty, chakra refining should be simpler. I don't have much time, so when I teach you, you can slowly teach chakra refining to your 2 sisters. Yuzhibo Qingkong also said to Hancock. Say it. He also gradually taught the opponent the chakra extraction technique. The so-called chakra extraction technique. Actually, if it comes to complexity, it is certainly impossible. What even a 5-year-old ninja school kid can learn, how could it be complicated? It's also very simple. To feel one's own body with the spirit, cells constantly emit a trace of body energy, and then use spiritual energy to capture this body energy. By mixing body energy and spiritual energy in an 8:2 ratio, chakras are born. Of course. This is easy to say, but not so easy to do. You should know. This method is a test of talent. If you were born without it, it is almost impossible to have it again in the future. This sentence is also very suitable for placing in the realm of ninja. Because the first criterion for enrolling students in ninja schools is that their mental strength meets the standard. If their mental strength does not meet the standard, it is impossible to perceive the physical energy emitted by the cells in their bodies through mental strength. Therefore ninjas are truly talented in their profession. Therefore, I don't know how many people have been eliminated due to lack of mental strength. And in the realm of ninja, those who can become ninjas are just a few, and those who want to become strong ninjas are even rarer. At the end of the day, eating talent. It's better for someone without talent to become an ordinary person early on to save time. And he, unwilling to be ordinary. That's why I persisted for more than 10 years. Later on, He is unwilling to accept the unclear death of his parents and insists on practicing, but even so, despite his weak body, his achievements are still quite limited even if he persistently refines the chakra every day. Over here. After listening to his description, Hancock. I also started trying. Close your eyes and use your own spiritual power to feel the energy emitted by your body cells, then capture the body energy emitted from within the cells and mix it up in an 8:2 ratio with your spiritual energy then. During Hancock's dedicated time refining chakras, Yuzhibo Qingkong naturally looked at each other quietly. He wanted to see how long it would take for the other party to extract the chakra. The first extraction of chakras often requires a relatively long time to capture the physical energy emitted by cells, and the process of mixing spiritual energy with physical energy can easily lead to failure, so it is necessary to keep trying until successful. Some people with poor talent will spend a long time completing the first step of extracting chakras. Some will take 3 days, some will take 5 days, some will have extremely poor talent, and even it will take about 10 days to successfully complete the first chakra extraction. And those with good talent. It takes a few hours to complete, and even a few tens of minutes to complete. Unfortunately. Perhaps because he is a traveler, his spiritual strength far exceeds that of ordinary people. During the first extraction of chakra, it only took half an hour to successfully extract it. It's just a pity. The reason for his weak body has dragged him down, otherwise even if his current strength is not at the shadow level, he would still need to have an upper endurance strength. And when he was full of thoughts. Time also passes by in a hurry. 10 minutes later. Hancock opened his eyes and a look of joy couldn't be concealed on his face. My concubine's body has been extracted, it seems to be the chakra energy you mentioned. Her tone slightly rose. It can be seen that after successfully extracting the chakra, her mood is quite good. Give me your hand, let me see if the chakra you extracted is true. Yuzhibo Qingkong extended his palm to Hancock, gesturing for him to place his hand on his palm. See the situation. Hancock also hesitated for a moment. But it's just a moment. Subsequently, she also placed her hand on the other person's palm. Although she didn't want to, she really needed the other party to check if the chakra was correct when extracting it. If she took the wrong path when practicing this kind of thing, it would be a mistake all the way. She was still aware of this, so she suppressed her disgust towards the other party. Through contact. Yuzhibo Qingkong's chakra also penetrated into the opponent's body through the touch of his palm, and soon he caught the extracted chakra inside the opponent's body. Chakra and chakra are basically the same. After confirming that the other party had indeed made a chakra with physical strength and there were no mistakes, he also withdrew his hand. That's right, you did successfully extract the chakra. Congratulations. Yuzhibo Qingkong looked at Hancock seriously and congratulated him. 10 minutes. The other person's speed is above oneself. However, this didn't surprise him much either. Although he has not yet started practicing domineering, he can be certain that the cultivation of domineering can be considered as a form of his own spiritual power. Therefore, Hancock, who has deep expertise in domineering, does not focus on physical energy and mixes the two energies to give birth to chakra. It is normal for him to be faster than a genius. P.S. The new book sets sail, with 1,000 flowers plus 1 update, 100 reviews plus 1 update, October tickets plus 1 update, and 1 reward plus 1 update. The results are very important, and we kindly ask all the handsome guys to support us. Please. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.